We're back. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back, and we're talking about Kevin Cabral. Unfortunately, it has not looked good for Kevin Cabral, and like I said before, I think he has to be able to take care of those opportunities, right away. So I think that has been the biggest disappointment so far. But another player that we're talking about was Samuel Grandsir, who subbed in for him. He made all the difference in the world. He made all the difference in the world for for the Galaxy, which got him the tie. So I think that was very important. Alex, what are your thoughts while we see Jonny, here in the live go back and forth?
Sam Grandsir is a player that I've been high on this entire season. I think he's been utilized well, and I think we've really seen a growth with him at the club level. Grandsir obviously is a guy who's going to put out all his energy. He's going to run himself to the ground and just do his best with the speed that he has, technical ability he has. And I really like this guy. Like we were talking about earlier, Cabral and Grandsir came out for one another. I think Grandsir provides a little bit more support play than Cabral does, but Grandsir really doesn't really have that scoring boot to him. In this game, the shot power was just enough to get through William Yarbrough's gloves. The goal really is more on Yarbrough than it is on Grandsir. And the Galaxy were really fortunate, really, to even have that mistake happen. I think Grandsir is definitely the perfect guy to come off the bench if things aren't going right. If Cabral does have another blunder game, then Grandsir is definitely the guy to go at that position. I think he provides a lot more than Cabral at the moment.
Yeah, no, I think he does. And let's look at this game. Look, I got the highlight here. Let me pull this up.
Baji with fresh legs, just trying to Harry Steres, who goes long over the top. Grandsir's in behind here. Samuel Grandsir, who scored! Route 1 football, making this one 1-1.
It was a power shot by Grandsir.
And for Grandsir, his second goal in MLS.
Highlight doesn't show is the pass. I forgot who passed it to Grandsir because it didn't show.
Steres. That's why. That's the only reason why he's in the team of the week. He doesn't deserve to be there.
Oh, what do you mean?
When you get beat by
here we go. There it is.
When you get beat by 5'5" Michael Barrios and you're 6 foot tall on a header for the only goal that you concede, you do not deserve to be on the team of the week. Sure, that pass was pretty, but that was the only highlight of Daniel Steres' entire season so far. He does not deserve to be in the team of the week. I have no problem with Daniel Steres, just that performance wasn't team of the week worthy.
So yes. If anybody in MLS, so it's clear.
Come at me. It's right there. It's right there. I don't know where I'm pointing, but it's right there. My ad's right there. If you have a problem, let me know. I will debate you.
It's clear. It's clear that Alex does not have any shares of Daniel Steres.
He's putting it on the screen.
MLS propaganda right there.
That's the only one that would fit on the thing properly without me having to edit the thing on here. But yeah, I mean, Grandsir's shot was, I guess, lucky to go in. I mean, it was a bullet shot, but Jonny, what'd you think of him in that shot?
Grandsir, I really do. Like, I think that I'm shocked he didn't start. Like, I think that the game would have gone completely different if he started. And I think that he's going to be the guy that we use instead of Cabral moving forward. I think that we should. I don't think we're going to. But I think that we should put Cabral on the bench and have him think about what he hasn't done and see if that does anything.
Bench the DP.
Bench the DP. You heard it here, folks, first from Jonathan. And also,
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree? Hold on. Why don't you agree with it? Let's hear the rebuttal.
So look, the main reason Cabral was brought to this team was because of his upside, right? Jonny's seen him, right? We know he's a talented kid, just hasn't performed it. He still needs game time. While I understand that, yeah, he isn't putting up goals. He's had mistakes, but you still have to put a player like that on the field because you never know. Any moment can really spark up something in Cabral, and then it leads to some goal-scoring opportunities. Like what? This past 5 games, right? Before the Colorado game, he had scored, 3 in 4 games? That was a pretty good streak. He's had one bad game so far, but I still believe hasn't lost his spot. While I understand that Grandsir is playing and provides a lot more, I don't think it's the right idea to bench Cabral at this moment.
Did Cabral? No, this is a real question. Did Cabral score against LAFC? He didn't, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He scored the third goal. He scored the third one.
Game-tying goal against LAFC.
I'll sit back. I'll let Alex have this one.
he let Alex have that one. Yeah, no, I think it's interesting the Cabral situation, but we'll see what happens. He just needs to play a little bit with more hunger. Anna says, "Are you okay with the live stream?" Yes, I am. The live stream went out, so I had to fix it on the back end. But yeah, now we're back. So I apologize about the live stream because it cut out. But yeah, let's talk about well, tomorrow Wednesday is going to be celebrating Central American heritage. I think that's big. I know it's all over Twitter from the LA Galaxy. What do you think about this? Obviously, I think Jaime Pinedo is going to be there. There's going to be like a tailgate, I believe, around like 4:00. Alex, I know you go to all the games. Will you be there at this one?
Yeah, I'll definitely be there, and I think it's great that the Galaxy is just recognizing the Central Americans. I feel like they don't get talked about enough. They're great people, make great food, they have a great culture. I think it's great because a lot of Galaxy legends are from Central America. Yeah, Mauricio Cienfuegos, Pescatito Ruiz, and then my favorite goalkeeper, Jaime Pinedo. I'm gonna be excited to see him on the screen. He's one of my favorite Galaxy players of all time. I grew up idolizing him. I wanted to be a keeper when I was a kid, so I always tune into his games, and I thought he was just so phenomenal. So I'm just glad to see that the Galaxy is doing this, and it's a really good idea.
Yeah, and I want to play. Let's see if I can play this video through here. Let's see. Can you guys hear it?
Hola,
Yeah.
me llamo Jaime. Mi amigo me dicen Superman. Soy de Ciudad Panamá, orgullosamente centroamericano. El fútbol será mi pasión y será mi vida.
Algún día iré a una Copa del Mundo con Panamá. Y levantaré la 5ª Copa para Los Ángeles Galaxy. Un equipo que será una familia para mí.
That video it was just amazing. Because one, he's like obviously from Panama. You don't really get that many, players, or for them to go to the World Cup is pretty, it's pretty difficult. And obviously for him to also to be the keeper for the LA Galaxy and help them win their fifth MLS Cup, it's just amazing. So it's cool that he's going to be out there. I'm definitely going to go out there to the tailgate because I think it starts at it was at 4:00. So it's a little early on Wednesday, so I'm definitely going to try to make it. I don't know if I'll be there exactly at 4, but I'm going to try to get there around that time. What about you, Jonny? What are your thoughts on this, and will you be at the game on Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll be at the game Wednesday, and Jaime Pinedo, he's he's probably one of my favorite goalkeepers ever, in general. And it's just because he was so ahead of his time. I feel like he'd be an amazing keeper in today's MLS because there's always that conversation where we sit back and say the quality is changing so much every year. He was so good. I feel like he'd still be fantastic. And it was so sad to see how he left the Galaxy because it wasn't bad or anything. It was just so abrupt and fast. And it seemed like we didn't even have the chance to process what was going on. But he was such a next level keeper. He was so awesome. I felt that he stopped playing a little early. It was just, it was just a bummer to see him go. Shout out to AFJA though. I'm super excited. They're awesome. They obviously have a big part of this great night. So check out everything that they have. They have an awesome Instagram too. It's just a great organization. So I'm just super excited to see what they're bringing to the table on Wednesday night and to see all the awesome festivities going on.
Yeah, no, same here. I'm excited to partake because I know I got friends that are from El Salvador. I got friends that are from Guatemala. The soccer community is a lot more diverse, than we think. Not everybody is Mexican, which a lot of people tend to think or tend to believe. There's a big Central American. I'm talking about outside the soccer community because I know the people in the Galaxy community know that. But yeah, let's talk about Chicharito today and in his comments because I think he made some great comments. If you haven't seen the Chicharito press call, definitely check it out. I ended up posting it on on YouTube on LA Soccer Hub. So if you want to check it out, it's really good. He talks about, you can see the energy, how excited he is. He was to play back, play and get back into game shape and everything. So you definitely see where he's at mentally, and he still has that charisma, and he still has that drive to want to be the best and motivate his teammates and stuff. So I think it's good. So here's this quote: what he was asked, on still being a vocal leader, even though when he wasn't playing. He said, from the most humble place I know my value. I want the sixth championship for this organization. He also added that obviously he's pretty vocal. He knows that, then he speaks. And I think, like, when you understand what your role is within the team, and like he said, his value it is to this team, I think it's just amazing. And I know we heard it all the way throughout when he was injured. Alex, when you read a quote, you hear a quote like this from him, what goes through your mind?
Yeah, these are the ambitions that we thought we would have gotten last season from Chicharito, right? We remember those comments that before the season started, really a couple of days before, talking about how this is the beginning of his retirement. That really wasn't the right mentality or right mind to go into the season, especially with a team that I thought last year had a good amount of talent. Christian Pavone is a stud. I wish he was back at the Galaxy. But now that he's kind of figured it out a little bit more, yeah, this is the stuff you need to hear from your DP. It's not anything special. This is the guy that was supposed to bring the championship. This is the guy to bring the championship. That's why he came to LA. It wasn't because he's this great Mexican who's going to bring people to the stadium. It's because they have ambitions to win. Chicharito I'm glad, he's saying this kind of stuff, because you obviously want to hear it vocally. But at the end of the day, you should be expecting to hear this from him. He knows that he was brought in for the sole reason, to score goals and to lead this team. I hope that it comes true. They do get the sixth championship this year or next year. Who knows? But Chicharito, his mindset has definitely been a lot more focused towards the team than himself. Obviously, he still does his, Warzone things on Twitch and whatever, playing games and stuff, doing his TikToks or whatever. But it's still cool to see that, he's still focused and has the mentality of, hey, I'm trying to win the sixth one. I'm trying to get the sixth one for this club. And I'm trying to help out my teammates as much as I can in the locker room, because there's definitely been a lot of stories told, him while he's been hurt, still trying to motivate the team while he's in the locker room. And that's really what is great to hear as a fan. But at the same time, hey, that's what he's supposed to do. He's a DP. He's one of the biggest leaders. He's a idol to players as well. Dejan was really excited to come play with him as well. So I'm hoping that we get to see the sixth championship lifted by Chicharito by the time November comes around.
Yeah, we'll see if that. To me, another thing that I took away is just like, when he clearly speaks like this, like he hasn't, even though he was out for 12 games, or I forgot how many games he was out for, but I think it was along that line, that he still hasn't lost that drive or lost essentially that ambition to still be the best and still want to be the best. Because when you're out with a long period of time, things could potentially change, but they've been able to stay in fourth place even without him playing. Jonny, what are your thoughts on Chicharito's comments?
So first off, obviously as a Galaxy fan, I love hearing things like this from our DP. But when I hear something like this from Chicha, the first thing I think is what did Zlatan say? What did Gerrard say? What did all these older guys that came here, kind of with the disrespectful mindset to the league, what did they say? They didn't care. So hearing Chicha say this just makes me feel so happy. And it makes me think I'd rather have this guy, somebody who cares about the club, somebody who cares about the fans, somebody who wants to get this, trophy versus Zlatan any day. And it's it's just a comfortable place to be. I trust Chicha. I know that the first season was tough. I know his mentality wasn't there, but I think people grow. I think people change. And it really looks like Chicha changed for the better. And it's just cool to see the Galaxy community accept that as a whole. And it seems like the entire energy of this club has shifted, and he's a big part of that. So I'm excited to see where it goes. They're supposed to say stuff like this, but genuinely speaking, I believe it. I think that we're going to do really great things with Chicha. I think we're going to get another MLS Cup with him. I've been saying for a while, I think that this year is a big rebuilding year. We have a lot of talent. We're learning how to use it. But with that being said, it's really cool to see him at the top of it and, leading it. So I'm happy.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, it's looking good. We just hope he can also start scoring goals again. pretty soon. I think that yesterday, this weekend's game it was tough all around with all the conditions and everything. But I think him being at home, and I think they go to Minnesota, I believe, right, Saturday. So it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of games going on. I know, Jonny. Before we close these things out, I know you wanted to talk about the U.S. men's national team. I know you want to hit on that a little bit, and Pepe. So give us your thoughts and your comments on the U.S. men's national team.
Berhalter should still be fired. He's fired. And the problem is that yes, we got a great game against Honduras. Yes, it looked like a decisive game, victory, which it wasn't. I mean, the scoreboard didn't reflect how the game actually went, and I really just want Berhalter out of there. Pepe did great, and in the fact that he went in and we did very well, kind of shows how diluted Greg Berhalter is and how he just needs to get out. And I'm bummed because yes, we won, but in the big picture, I'm sad because it's like he's still here and he's still going to make bad decisions. He's still going to play these what's Joshua Sargent doing, Alex? I wanted to ask you.
I hate Sargent so much. my lord. I mean, he's not really even getting good playing time at Norwich. When you're defending your own half or almost 75 minutes of the game, you're not developing as a player really. And the only thing Sargent was really good at, I guess, is combination play. But you can kind of get still good combination play from any other striker. Like Gyasi Zardes is definitely a better option than Josh Sargent. I don't understand what Berhalter really sees in him. I don't see anything too special in Sargent. In the games he's played in the Nations League earlier this summer, he was literally a non-factor for Mexico and a non-factor for, I think they played Honduras in the semifinals, right? Pifak was the one that got subbed on, and then he would score the game-winning goal. I really don't know what Berhalter sees in Sargent. I don't see anything special in him. He's not developing as a player at the club level, nor is he showing it at the international level. Like I said, Gyasi Zardes is a way better player than Josh Sargent is right now.
And the thing is, and I couldn't agree with you more on that, I want to read some of Josh Sargent's fantastic stats over the last couple of years, okay?
Go ahead, buddy.
So here's the thing. Obviously, he's played 3 games with the U.S. men's national team. He's garbage, so he has no goals, okay? Norwich City. He had 2 goals last for the EFL Cup so far. Okay, whatever. It's whatever. Then over the last, looks like it's 1, 2, 3. He's had under 10 goals. Actually, no, he had 12 goals in the last 3 years. What are we doing? This is literally, and I could go down to Bremen.
But you have a solution though. Pepe's the guy.
Yeah, Pepe's the second coming of Clint Dempsey. And he really is.
Yeah, he is, and that's all fun and well and stuff. But why is Sargent even there? He shouldn't even be on this.
Well, I don't know if he's gonna be on after this. I don't think he'll be on. Who? Because you're gonna have to Sargent didn't look good. You're gonna have to bring in someone else. But
my
Pepe
overall point
is the guy.
He shouldn't step a foot. He shouldn't be wearing that jersey. And that's my point. Is we have this idea that they play in Europe, they must be good. I'm telling you right now, mark my words, Sargent is going to be in the MLS in 2 years. And then he's going to...
He's the next Bobby Wood. He's the next Bobby Wood.
Perfect way to put that.
Dang.
It just doesn't make sense. Sebastian Lletget has scored way more than Sargent has in the last 2 years of the U.S. men's national team.
That game, Honduras versus U.S. men's national team, was an MLS showing. It was Lletget. It was Andy Nahar. Who else?
Oh, Andy Nahar played so good that game.
Andy Nahar probably had the best game of his life in most recent time. Because I did see him in LAFC. Look, nothing like that. But players also are different when they play for the national team. But I also know I think he's been having a solid year with DC. But yeah, Andy Nahar, Sebastian Lletget, Christian Roldan. I know there was more. I think Miles Robinson. There's a lot of players. Anthony Robinson, yeah. So there's so many players that that played in the MLS and had an amazing showing. But we'll see what happens moving forward. Because it's coming up in October here, the first couple of weeks of October, again to World Cup qualifying. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, they got 5 points. I think the U.S. men's national are sitting 4th.
Weren't we 3rd? No.
Yeah, they're in 3rd place. Currently in the octagonal standing.
Okay. Well, last time I saw it was 4th, but look, I don't want to, put them lower than they or put them anywhere they're not supposed to be. But yeah, no, 5 points is pretty solid. But we'll see what happens because I think a lot of changes do need to be made, and obviously the whole Weston McKinney is he going to come back? Giorena, Dest. There's a lot more questions and answers. Even though they got 5 points, you needed to get those 5 points, but it was a shaky game, but they got the points. Final thoughts. I know we went off the rails a little bit talking about U.S. men's national team and his Johnny's love for Josh Sargent and Daniel Stairs. Let's bring up the Daniel Stairs image one last time.
Don't do it.
I'm kidding. Look, I gotta give him props. Look, he made it. Final thoughts, Alex.
Well, heading into the game against Houston were able to win 3-0. They had, if I'm correct, a 12 game where they just couldn't win. They were really horrible at the back, and then they just turned it around against, if I'm correct, I think it was Austin. I'm not sure who the team was, but I just know Houston Dynamo turned it around, scored 3 goals at home for the first time in a really long time. So if Houston is playing a lot better, then I think it could be a little bit of a game. Obviously, Chicharito is probably going to start this game again. I believe so. Hopefully, we get to see the combination of him and Dejan. I think their combination play is going to be off the charts, and they're going to complement one another really, really well. We'll see who plays. If Sega Koulibaly keeps his place, I guess Daniel Stairs was worthy of a team of the week. So who knows if he starts at Sega's position as well. I think it's going to be a good game so far. Chicharito, as long as he gets touches in the box, he's going to have an impact on this game. And that's going to be the real thing I'm going to be paying attention to while watching this from an analyst perspective. How many times do the Galaxy give Chicharito opportunities inside of the box? And how many times is Dejan going to be there next to him in case he needs some support? Because a lot of the times earlier in the year, and even last season too, Chicharito did not have that much support. It was just him in the box with 2 or 3 defenders in there as well. Hopefully, Dejan provides another element to the game that allows the Galaxy to really continue to finish better, because that's really been the one real lagging problem with this team, the fact that they cannot finish consistently.
Yeah, no. Final thoughts, Johnny. What are your final thoughts?
It just bums me out that Sturs got on Team of the Week, because now the Galaxy are just going to find a reason to re-up his contract. Now we have to deal with this.
I don't know.
And it's just get rid of him. Damn. Now Galaxy's going to be maybe Sturs isn't that, let's re-up him for another year. Maybe 2 years. So yeah, that's terrible. I'm really bummed about that. I'm really excited about playing Houston. I never give predictions, but I need to break that curse. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give a prediction here. I'm going to say it's 2-0 Galaxy. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Chicha is going to score, and I think, you know what? I think Cabral's going to score.
Oh,
so that's
I like the bold. I like the bold predictions. I like the bold predictions.
Sargent needs to just.
We don't need to go back to Sargent.
I think we passed talking about that.
Watch him come and play for LA Galaxy with Daniel Stairs. Watch that be the thing.
It'll probably happen, dude. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Look, I'm excited for the game on Wednesday. I'm excited, to celebrate Central America heritage. So I'm excited for that. So if you guys at the game, I know us 3 are gonna be at the game. I'll be there. I'm gonna be at the tailgate. Say what's up. I'm gonna walk around, chill with everybody before the game, because I believe it's a 7:00 game.
7:30 kickoff.
7:30 kickoff. So yeah, I'll walk around, hang out, hang out with some of the tailgate and experience it. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning in, and that's gonna wrap things up for Alex and Johnny. I am Gio, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.